Live from the studios of NBC 12 and ABC 25, this is First Coast News at 11.
Good evening. This weekend is the Florida-Georgia battle, but going on around it is a different kind of fight.
That's right. Leaders in the state attorney's human trafficking unit say the game is prime time for sex trafficking. After handling countless federal cases for 20 years, they say this game tops the list. And our
Shelby Danielson shows us more now on this danger happening all around us.
The Florida-Georgia weekend should be all about football, but sadly, more and more people are coming here on this weekend with other intentions. You can hear it from a mile away, the fans, the rivalry, but what you can't hear is lost in the silence that surrounds it all.
I would say at a football game, it's going to be pretty hard to see that.
Young girls being auctioned off for sex.
It makes me sick.
Rachel White helps sex trafficking victims get their lives back.
We see a huge uptick in human trafficking around major sporting events. You know, they could be a paid date, you know, at a football game, and you and I would never know.
Sold online, through escort services, or right next door.
We have a lot of human trafficking in Jacksonville through our hotels, and that's really the major place that human trafficking is happening.
That's why local trafficking organizations are trying to work with our hotels.
Very few turn us away. They're always receptive to speak to us.
Lynn Anamasi leads the local chapter of SOAP.
My friend who started this, who was a survivor, the only time that she was alone was when she was in a hotel room, and all she had in the hotel room was a bar of soap.
Teams bring bags of soaps to hotels packaged with the sex trafficking hotline number to place in rooms.
You can be brainwashed to think that you have to do this. So she was intimidated.
This weekend, Florida Highway Patrol says they are focused on catching DUIs and stopping violence. Trafficking often remains quiet amongst the noise. And signs to look for in a trafficked girl. She's tired during the school day. She suddenly has designer clothes, purses, or expensive jewelry. She gets her hair and nails done. She has branding or tattooed initials, gang symbols, and she's isolated more and more, or you may not see her anymore. She has an older boyfriend, or she's constantly talking about her boyfriend's dreams instead of her own. For First Coast News, I'm Shelby Danielson on your side.
And if you see a girl you think has been trafficked, please call 1-800-THE-LOST. And we have a whole section on our website for parents explaining how traffickers are targeting girls. Just go to firstcoastnews.com/sellinggirls.
It's been 16 years since a Jacksonville father of two was murdered inside his own business. And tonight, Cleo Aska's family is begging anyone to come forward with information. First Coast News' Katie Jeffries continues her cold case series in this week's Unsolved.
It was the night before Halloween in 2001. Cleo Aska told his wife that he was running back to the store to get a key from under the mat and check his back door locks. He was found dead inside his store the next morning. And those door locks could help point investigators towards his killer. Time has changed the building sitting at the corner of University and Windermere in Arlington. Renovations, different stores, different people. But the image of this building, surrounded by yellow crime scene tape, will forever be frozen in time for those that knew Cleo Aska. He owned Spiritual Heights, which sold clothing and records. He was also a husband and father of two young boys.
He was discovered about 8:30 in the morning by friends of his who were coming to the store who had not seen him from the evening before.
Shot and killed. Halloween Day had become a true nightmare. Cleo's widow, Kyra, has since moved to Atlanta, but spoke with us via Skype. She remembers arriving at his store that morning.
I'm watching the police officers turn cars around, but then when my car comes up to the yellow tape, they lift it up. At that point, my heart sank because I knew.
She says Cleo had just put in a new back door to be up to regulation and left home around 9:30 p.m.
So he just was like, I'm just gonna go up there, get the key, lock the back door, and I'll be back.
And that was the last time she ever saw him.
And he was discovered inside that building. He had been shot and killed. And one of the interesting factors in that is that the business was locked from the inside.
Cleo killed, yet all the doors were locked. No forced entry, no attempted robbery. One other possible factor, detectives did find marijuana at the scene.
The investigation later revealed that there had been some drug transactions that had gone on.
With all those factors, cold case detectives strongly believe Cleo knew his killer. This was not a random attack. Cleo Aska was only 25 years old, but he had already accomplished many of his dreams. He had worked hard for years to get the money to open his own store, but his greatest joy in life, his two sons, Jabari and Ajani. Kyra says he loved being with his sons and had a giving heart. When Cleo found out Ajani's daycare was trying to raise money for computers, he stepped in to help.
That particular month, the entire month, any monies he made from his store, he took that money and he bought my son's daycare 6 brand new computers.
And Ajani remembers how his dad could make the class laugh.
He just brought like joy to even the kids that really didn't even know who he was.
We went with Sergeant Dan Jansen and Detective Ray Reeves with JSO's cold case unit back to the scene. They say reopening the case with fresh eyes could create new leads. And they say they do have an eye on a person of interest in this case.
Cleo probably knew who his killer was, and so that's a huge factor.
They say they are taking evidence from the scene 16 years ago and taking another look at it through modern DNA advancements. And as time passes, people can get comfortable. They believe whomever killed Cleo has likely told someone.
My belief is that they would not have kept quiet. They would have said something to someone. And maybe some of those people aren't the best of friends anymore, or maybe not in a relationship anymore, and we'd love to hear from them.
Kyra says whomever took Cleo's life inside here in 2001 also took away the chance for him to build a lifetime of memories with his sons.
It's been a long 16 years, long. And I have been his voice to make people remember him. And for someone to come forward, because they took a lot from me. They took a lot from his children.
Well, if you have any information about Cleo's murder, call the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office or Crime Stoppers.
Well, during the evening hours, it's been relatively quiet here, but not so in the Caribbean. The cyclone continues to become more organized. It already has tropical storm force winds, and meteorologically, I think it's a given it will become a tropical storm in the morning. Warnings are up for western Cuba and the northwest Bahamas. South Florida is going to have heavy rains. This system is expected to continue to intensify, and when it's east of us later Sunday, it could have winds of 60 miles per hour, and it's not out of the question that this might become a hurricane. But when it's east of us, it's going to be east of us by over 400 miles and racing toward Maine. So the major impacts will be western Cuba and the Bahamas. South Florida, primarily heavy rain, going to fly by us on Sunday, but by then the next cold front will be on the way. Overall, northeast Florida, southeastern Georgia, a warmer morning, certainly a warmer afternoon. What about specifically as far as showers or thunderstorms? Well, again, this is the signature for Philippe, heading off to the north and then the northeast. Here comes the front, but Philippe will take much of the moisture away from this frontal system. So yes, there will be some isolated showers and thunderstorms with it, but not all that much for us. So here's another way to look at it. Already thunderstorms now over Mobile, headed toward the Florida Panhandle, and there's the northern extent of Philippe headed to the north, but we're basically going to be in between. Think of it as a quiet sandwich. Then fresh winds blow in Sunday. Autumnal weather blows in Monday and for Halloween.
Thank you, Tim. New tonight, the Navy has rescued 2 American women who were lost at sea for 5 months. The sailors, both from Honolulu, set sail with their dogs back in May from Hawaii to Tahiti. They ran into some bad weather, their engine failed, and then they got lost in the Pacific. They've been there ever since. Well, for months, they sent out distress signals, but they were never spotted. So how did they survive? Well, the pair prepared for a long trip. They had water purifiers and more than a year's worth of dry food.
Wow.
Well, for some Florida, Georgia is much more than a game, much more than a week-long party.
Some small business owners depend on it just to stay afloat. First Coast News reporter Honey Rodriguez is live outside RV City tonight to explain. Honey.
That's right, guys. This is where the party's at, but this also brings a lot of business, especially for our local business folks here in Jacksonville. I spoke with a woman. The name of her company is called Team Blingy. She sells beautiful jewelry. This weekend is what makes her business a reality.
They said go under the bridge. That's where the best jewelry is.
I mean, like, look at it. How can you not love it?
I realized there wasn't a lot of girly merchandise out there. It's all big, boxy t-shirts and just made for guys.
It's our favorite thing. It's our best friend.
We like to shop.
So it's been interesting to see the change for women really being very involved in sports and being a big part of the business.
I just want to look good. Try to, anyway. She's a traitor because she was always a Gator.
Why did you trade?
Because I moved to Georgia and one of our sons graduated from UGA.
You're not going to like this. The little baby bulldog ring
little baby
is
gators.
new. We have little baby gator, here they are, which actually we've sold almost all of them, the baby little gator earrings.
Go dogs.
Go Gators! Well, I'm a Florida fan, obviously, but we all have that one friend who loves a bulldog, and I've got two little ones here with me. Well, the coolest part about Vicky's business is that 50% of all proceeds tomorrow will go towards helping a local animal shelter in Clay County. So if you find yourself outside RV City, please go look at some of her jewelry and also give back to our wonderful community. Back to you guys.
Honey Rodriguez doing a good job out there. We're putting the finishing touches on our Week 10 edition of Sideline 2017. Yes, we had several games from around Duval County being played last night, but a lot of teams around our First Coast were on the gridiron tonight. So don't you go anywhere because the Week 10 edition of Sideline 2017 is guaranteed to be G-O-O-D good. Heather and...
All right, Chris, thanks so much. And that's going to do it right now for First Coast News.
We hope you have a great weekend. Also be safe at Florida, Georgia as well. We will see you back here a little later.
Yeah, we on the sideline.
It's Week 10 of the high school football season, and for the second straight night, we've got some hard-hitting action on the prep football gridiron. In St. Johns County, the St. Augustine Yellow Jackets are looking to finish the regular season strong and remain perfect after they locked up the district title last week with a win over Nice. Tonight, the Jackets were out to sting the Broncos of Middleburg. At Nice, the Panthers are hoping to rebound, tackling an Inglewood Rams team that's now playing for pride. On the south side of Jacksonville, the Bowes Bulldogs welcomed a young and struggling Ponte Vedra Sharks squad. While in Nassau County, the Yulee Hornets faced the boys from the north side of Jacksonville, the Ribault Trojans. Up in the Peach State, two teams that are both underachieving went head-to-head as the Glen Academy Red Terrors squared off against the Camden County Wildcats. Also, we've got the photos you posted on Twitter and Instagram the last two nights using the hashtag Team Sideline. This is Sideline 2017, and it's time to roll those highlights right now.
It's grind time. Yeah, we on the sideline.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to this Week 10 edition of Sideline 2017. I'm Chris Porter. For the second straight night, we've been treated to some good high school football. Tonight, we kick off the show over on the west side of Jacksonville as Bishop Kenny paid a visit to the Trinity Christian Conquerors. Director Emily, let's roll those highlights. A beautiful night over on the west side of Jacksonville. Conquerors would strike first. Marcus Crawley, where is he? Whoop, there he is. Player of the Week nominee takes that one to the house. 7-0 Trinity. Bishop Kenny pressing, and Shamari Connor is going to have our rib-rocking Head of the Week nominee. Trinity goes back to work. Austin Thomas to Isaiah Washington. Make reservations for 6. Player of the Week nominee. Conquerors are having a good time. BK trying to stay in it. Aaron Fudge grabs, and then he's going to take this one to pay dirt. Trinity will go on to win this game big, 35-7. Middleburg at St. Augustine. The Yellow Jackets looking to remain perfect. And let me tell you this, it was all St. Augustine on this night. DJ Johnson to Desmond Smith, who's dripping swagoo. 7-0 Yellow Jackets. They were just getting the party started right, and they got this party started quickly. Devon Taylor, where is he? Here he is, high definition television. The Yellow Jackets remain perfect. They won 38-0. Bowles at home taking on Ponte Vedra. Our new photog, Byron Parker. Let's see what he's got. Josiah Johnson to Jalen McLeod. And he's cruising into the end zone. And the Bulldogs are finally on the board. But after 2 more scores for the Bulldogs, it wouldn't be enough as Ponte Vedra will go on to win this game 33-23. Rebound at Yulee. And this game will be summed up with one play. Play of the week, and I've got a feeling it's going to be a spectacular nominee. Jamal Marsh going left, going back right, doing the Cupid shuffle. Fires this one to tip drill into the hands of Ron Gibson. Ooh, that's a nice play. Rebound will go on to win this game a final 22. Hashtag Team Sideline. You know, each and every night we ask you guys to whip out those cell phones, iPads, whatever you have. Snap those hashtag Team Sideline photos, then post them on Twitter or Instagram using the hashtag Team Sideline. And again, tonight you came through. And as Alyssa Lane promised to you at 6 o'clock tonight, that if you post the photos using the hashtag Team Sideline, we will show your photo on air. That's nice. Many more stops to make on this Week 10 edition of Sideline 2017. We've got the Band of the Week, Cheerleaders of the Week, Player of the Week, and the Hit of the Night. This is Sideline 2017. The halftime show of the St. Augustine-Middleburg game, it was one the folks in St. Johns County emailed us about and told us we could not miss. More than 150 St. Johns County Center for the Arts, Performing Arts students at St. Augustine High School playing a medley of Journey songs at the half. SJCCA students throughout the entire county auditioned for the arts programs at St. Augustine High School. The school was designated one of the best 15 public schools for the arts in the Sunshine State. Back to the action, my friends. Where are we going here? We are going to Paxton at Stanton from last night, and this was a classic. Jeremiah Backlick turns on the Jets. Holler at a player when you see him in the streets, taking that one to the house. 2014 Paxton in the lead, but here come the Blue Devils marching right back. Had a good time with them yesterday at our Game of the Week in the early afternoon shows. Warren Dabb punches his way into the end zone, 21-20. Stanton now leads, but it's not over yet with 30 seconds left. Paxton making some noise. Joshua Owens doing his thing. And you know what they said? We're not going to tie this thing up and go into overtime. We're going to try to end it in regulation, going for 2, the Eagles, and they are denied. Stanton keeps them out of the end zone, and the Blue Devils win by a final of 27-26.
This is a monumental game for our guys. They can't even remember when they beat Paxton last. So this is a huge thing. Our program has turned. Okay, we've got 6 wins now. And Monday, we're going to go for our 7th win.
All right, be sure to get to the sports section of firstcoastnews.com to vote in our Week 11 Sideline 2017 Game of the Week poll. Folks, can you believe it? The regular season is coming to a close next Friday night. The nominees there first for you on your screen: Lee at Ed White, Mandarin at Fletcher, Sandalwood at Atlantic Coast, or will it be Fleming Island at Orange Park? Again, get to the sports section of firstcoastnews.com and vote as many times as you'd like. Now, we had our Game of the Week 2.0 over at Trinity Christian High School. Listen, you want to be the Game of the Week, and here's why: because you get this very fantastic photo booth that you get to go into, show your school pride, take your pic, then get the pic for absolutely free. My favorite word in the vocabulary, floor director Jim: free. So the folks over on the west side of Jacksonville looking really good, taking advantage of that first from you game box. All right, let's check out the shout outs.
Shout out to Trinity Conquerors. We're gonna be mission.
Shout out to the TC baseball team. Shout out my boy Tom, my boy Evan. Let's go TC. Hey, let's go tonight. Let's go, baby.
Let's go, Crusaders. We love you, boys.
Tried and true Trinity. Coach Bird.
Hey, Trinity, go for 5 straight. Y'all the best. Hey, on the west side, Trinity is it.
Hi, I would like to give a shout out to number 99, William Tippins. Go Big Tip.
Hashtag Team Sidelines. And it's time to roll the highlight. Yeah!
I like that. It's time to roll the highlights, so let's roll them. Lincoln at Rains. Another good ball game on last night. The opening kickoff, and Jalen Glaze is going to make things move. I like the way he moves. Dun, dun, dun. Taking that one to the house. 7-zip Lincoln. And all the people over the graveyard, they are at least silent for a few moments. But here come the Vikings after that 50-yard kick return. George Webb says, I may be young, but I'm ready. Takes that one to the house. The game is tied at 7 in range with some defense there. Raynell Killian with a big-time hit behind the line of scrimmage. The Vikings keep it rolling. They won 49-21. To the backyard we go, where Lee hosted Fletcher on homecoming on Thursday night. Remember, guys, a lot of these games are played on Thursday night, the weekend of Georgia, Florida. That is Derek Jones to Terry McKinney, and he's just making his way into the end zone. The extra point will be no good. It's 6-0 Generals. On the ensuing possession, Fletcher looking for an answer. Jeremiah Payton looking. Player of the Week nominee to Jai Williams. First down. Nice catch there. That would set up a Senators field goal to make it 6-3 Generals. Second quarter now, Generals marching right down the field again. Jones to our athlete of the week a couple of weeks ago, Nicholson, who was wide open in the end zone for that 5-yard touchdown catch. Generals were going to win this one on homecoming 26. Fleming Island at Ed White. And if you want some big hits, you love defense, you love this game, Ed White defense getting all over Fleming Island's offense. And Fleming Island's pass rush with a huge sack for Fleming Island's Eugene Oglesby. He tells the commander quarterback, you're throwing it to the wrong man. Picks it off, and according to the shot sheet, he's taking this one to the house. And according to Matt Head, who wrote this shot sheet, he's correct. The Golden Eagles will win 26. Cheerleaders of the week. They reside up in Nassau County. They are the beautiful ladies from Yulee High School. Yulee, Hornet, cheerleaders. You can take a bow because you are our cheerleaders of the week.